Hi guys, what's up? This is your girl Ryan. I'm out here getting my walk on. It is so beautiful outside. It's so beautiful, and I will definitely take a video. Okay, so you guys like my jersey? It's soccer. Since the NBA is kind of corrupted right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need Kobe back. We need Kobe. We need some Mamba mentality. Rest in peace, Kobe. It's not the same without you. Okay, so today, guys, I want to talk about how ignorance is truly bliss. Let me see. I got my umbrella. Arizona's really beautiful, but it's so sunny, and my skin is so sensitive. Sometimes I get acne, so I put this facial moisturizer on, and it kind of makes my skin really sensitive. I'll look like a tomato if I stay in the sun too long. I would get really, really red, like on my cheeks. Okay, so let me talk. Let me cook. Okay, so you guys know that I love those deep conversations. I'm all about that. And my friend and I, we always talk about just different subjects. And so we went out just to grab a bite, and we were talking about how ignorance truly is bliss. When you really realize how our society is created to for you to work and you to stay so busy and so tired that you're just kind of in a constant loop of just going. Like, you don't really have time to actually plan your life, if that makes sense. Because by the time you get home, you're kind of tired, and then you're just getting ready for the next day. You have to really make a plan. Like, you have to decide, okay, I don't want this anymore. I need to do this. I need to do XYZ. You really need to you need to plan your life, right? And so we were just talking about how society is, and how it's so crazy because there's so many things that we could actually change, and we don't. I read somewhere that Elon Musk has $800 billion or something crazy like that. And you think about it, if he has $800 billion, there's only 8 billion people in the world. He could literally wipe out homelessness. He could wipe out people starving. There could be literally programs set up. And mind you, I'm not saying that it's his duty. I don't really believe okay, since you are a celebrity or you make this much money, you need to do this. But I think at some point, your moral compass should click in and be okay, what is this all for? What is this all for? You know what I'm saying? That's why it's a lot of different celebrities. Let me back up. So there are a lot of people that are blessed financially, and it is not their duty to save the world. However, I would think that you having abundance of resources, you would want to. You would be, because I'm not rich at all, not yet, claiming it though. But if there's things that I can help out on, I do. I look at money as a tool, and sometimes to give, honestly, it is the best feeling ever, especially when the person's appreciative. And it's if you have billions of dollars, and why is your goal just to get more money? Where does the humanity kick in, right? And so my friend and I were talking about how when you don't know different things in society, when you're not really esoteric and you're kind of just going through life, you kind of ignorant and not in a bad way, like ignorant to the fact that there are systems in place for us to be worker bees and systems in place for us to keep a certain way, right? And when you're not aware of those systems, you're kind of like la la la, and you may think everything is so perfect and everything's awesome and just, you know, good. But then when you start to open your eyes and you start to wake up and you're like, that is systematic. Life isn't fair. Life, you know, there are certain things, there are certain hurdles that are placed in your way. You know, if you're a certain nationality, if you're a certain thing, like there's so many things. And mind you, this is coming from, I try to stay positive. I'm super positive still. I'm a very optimistic person. I am super optimistic. I'm positive. I'm like the friend that people are like, whoa, you're always happy, which I'm not always happy. I have my moments, but for the most part, I'm very, very happy, and I'm very upbeat, and I'm the person that's like cheerleader, like, what's wrong? Let's talk about it. Let's unpack this. I get my therapy skills out. So I'm not coming from like a pessimistic point of view or a down and out. I'm just coming from a place of when you really see it for what it is, you can move better, you know? Like, even with work and jobs, a lot of times, sometimes the best person for the job doesn't actually get the job. Maybe the person that's the nephew, and I've seen that happen in person. You know, I've been passed over a couple of promotions due to that as well. So it's not something that I'm speaking of as la la la. I've seen it manifest. So it's like, dang, like when you see like, man, I just did all this and it didn't really matter, you know? And once you get into management, one of my girlfriends, my best friend, she was a manager, and she literally was telling me, you know, sometimes they have who they want to hire already and everything else is just theatrics. You know, they interview a ton of people, but they already know who they're going to hire. So it's like, damn, it kind of makes you feel like, why? What is this all for? So I guess, hold on, let me walk. So I think my message in this video is just to say, do the best you can and stay positive while doing it. I know sometimes it could be a little dreadful, you know, because a lot of people are working and they can't afford life, and you're just like, what the heck? Like, what am I doing this for? But I would say just try to stay positive. And one thing that is kind of being a constant theme in my videos is, I want to say, you have to figure out a way to make money without you having to work, without you having to give up the one most precious commodity is your time. Like, you have to figure out a way. So the other day, so I work from home, and I had a busy day. So my email was full, my requests were full, and I got it all down to 0, right? I got it down, you know, logged off for the day. The next day I went back in, I logged in, and it was full, and I was like, dang, it's as if I didn't do anything. Like, when you're working for a job, it's not building to something else. You literally start at 0 again. You're not building any equity. You're not building anything. The moment you stop working is the moment you stop getting paid. And that was kind of like, I always knew that, but to see it manifest so clearly, like, wow, like everything that I did yesterday, I was working my butt off, you know what I mean? It was like one of those things where I didn't step away. I went and grabbed something to eat, and I brought it back to my computer, and I'm just working away. And then I got it all down, and I was like, yes, I'm good. And then the next day it was loaded back up as if I did nothing. And that's how work is. The minute you stop working, the minute you stop getting paid. So if I can encourage anyone, I would say, figure out something where you don't have to trade your precious time time that we will never get back. There's like a big wasp. Oh my gosh, let me move. There's like two big old it looks like a bee or something, I don't know, but it's black. I think it's a wasp, but anyway, sorry. Something that you can do without having to do it all the time, because our one precious thing in this life that we will never ever get back is our time. You can never get that back. And it just seems like there's been so many, passings and transitions, and it's like, when I see that, and then I see like, man, there's so many people that of course my own family, and then of course like musicians that I like, or actors, and you're like, dang, like they really did pass. Like that's time, you will never ever get it back. So if I could say anything, I would say try to figure out what you can do to make money without you having to do it every single day. Okay, I think that I'm gonna finish my walk. I will check you later. Bye. Be brave.